Good morning. So we're just going to do a bit of a quick update on what happened with my bike. If you've watched my last video, then you'll know that I was really pissed off with it, very upset. To be fair to the bike shop, they lent me their Orbea, albeit it was a light e-bike, which absolutely fair play. It was better off than walking or not getting out riding. So what went on with the bike, they had the bike for 10 days, and then after 10 days they contacted me and said, right, what we've done is we've put a new loom in from the battery to the motor. We've also put a new cable from the controller next to the grip onto the kiosk. And what we've also done is we've replaced the charger port and the cables that are associated with that. And the difference was when you put the plug in, then it actually clicks in now, which it didn't do before. So didn't trust the bike. I was just like, please hope it's fixed it. I really do. So pick the bike up, and at this stage I'm riding with other people because I absolutely don't want it to break down, and if I've got somebody with me, then at least it's not as bad as being by yourself. So as an aside, my bike has had the newest update done, which is the one which you do over your mobile phone, and it is quite a big one. It is. And on the Saturday the bike was pretty good. I say pretty good because it wasn't perfect. The issue I have with it is when you're pedaling, if you are pedaling over rough terrain, then as soon as you let off any sort of pressure on the pedal, the motor cuts out. It instantly re-engages once you put pressure back on it, but it'd never done that before, and it was a bit weird. However, you can adapt your riding style around it, and at the end of the day it didn't spoil the ride, it didn't break down. And at least I managed to fix the ride, to finish the ride, sorry. So on to second ride, and I had planned a 33 miler, and I'm by myself, so I'm like, please don't break down. 5 miles into the ride, exactly the same issue. The bike just turned off, no power, nothing. So whereas in one of the previous rides I tried to carry on, this time it wasn't having any of it. So as I'm riding back under my own steam completely, then trying to turn the bike back on to see if it would do anything, and I had the menu on range which showed the battery, and one of the times that I turned it on it had 0%, and then it connected, but it only lasted for a couple of feet and then turned off again. So that was the 5th time that it's gone. The bike's 4 months old, it's done 250 miles, so it's not averaging getting a full month out of it, and it's not averaging getting even 50 miles out of it. So you can imagine at this stage I'm absolutely had enough. So off to the bike shop Monday morning. Fortunately for me, the owner was there, and I explained where I was with the bike, and he explained what could be done, and then between us we agreed upon a course of action. And I have to say they were absolutely fantastic. They really were. Listen to what I had to say, agreed an outcome. I'm not going to tell you what that outcome was, because that's not fair, because it was my personal experience and the way I was with them and the way they were with me. So I'm absolutely not going to set a precedent for other people. Suffice to say that I don't have this bike anymore. It's gone. So for all the people that commented on my last video, it was on about 4 or 5 forums. Thank you so much. I got an awful insight into what's going on. In my last video I did say I wanted nothing to do with Bosch and I wanted a Shimano, but overwhelmingly people were saying, look, don't do it, don't get Shimano. And then I did have a think about the last time I rode one, which was my mate Dan's Vitus, and my words to him were, is there something wrong with it? Because it just wasn't in the same class as the Bosch. So for all the people that have said that, thank you for your information. I certainly took it on board. When I was deciding what I was going to do next, because I wanted another e-bike, the question popped up, would I have another Mondraker? Well, absolutely, because it isn't the fault of the Mondraker, I don't believe, because from the comments, everybody else that's got this Gen 4 smart system is having the same issues, no matter what the bike is. So I was like, absolutely, I would have another Mondraker. However, what I did say is I wouldn't have the same generation. If you look into the history of the Bosch system, the Gen 3 was around for quite a long while. This Gen 4 with the stupid coloured controller on the side really wasn't. The 23 version is different, and when I went on the Mondraker website, it was saying that there's been a lot of improvements, and the biggest difference, and the way to tell, is that it doesn't have that stupid controller anymore. It has a Bluetooth controller, which is lithium powered, so you've got to put your own battery in it. And when I picked the bike up, it was at 34%, so I've had to order a battery for that. So for the guy that was saying that all he could hear was heavy breathing last time I did my video, it's because I was on an e-bike light and I'm not just starting my ride yet, so that's why I'm walking around the car park waiting for my mates to come. So my view was the 23 Gen 4 system should be better. That's what I'm working on. I tend to think that they've changed it for a reason. They won't just change it, so I think it's because of reliability problems, although everyone's assuring me that no, there's not massive problems with these bikes. No, but that's my belief, and if anyone decides that that's what they want to do and get a 23 Bosch system on it, just be careful, because I was looking at some of the white bikes which are touted as 23, but they've got the 22 control system on it, and to me, I think that's where the issue lies, or some of the issues is in only the fact that they've changed it. So they've changed it for this year, and why would they change it so quickly? It wouldn't make sense unless there is some sort of an issue. So I'll be doing a review of the new bike, probably on my next video, but it was just because everyone's asked me for an update on what happened next. But that was it. It's just whatever they've replaced, and fair play to the mountain bike workshop. It's only what Bosch is telling them to replace. So they're saying this error code, that error code, and Bosch are saying, yeah, this should cure it. Well, the issue has always been that it would just turn off, and it's still just turning off, and there's nothing worse than an unreliable bike. But anyway, on to pastures new. We're going to test out this new one, and yeah, that'll be in the next installment. Cheers, dudes.